So I watched Oprah Winfrey's Next Chapter, the latest installment with the Justin Bieber interview. I just watched it today, and it was pretty interesting. Actually, I'm not a big follower of Justin Bieber's music. I know his about two, I think two of his songs that I'm familiar with, and I know that he's extremely popular on social media, and he was discovered on YouTube, and that he's young, and that he used to very recently go out with Selena Gomez, etc. So I know some of these tidbits about his life that I pick up online and in various shows and whatnot. But anyway, aside from that, I don't know too much about the guy. So it was interesting to find out about his teen mom, or his mother, who had him when she was 18, his current age. But anyway, um, something that really, or a few things that stood out, is he really does at 18, which is, is an age where you can definitely still be innocent and naive, have, eyes wide open. At 18, he does seem really down to earth, genuine, and to truly care about his fans. Some of those things might change over time as he gets more mature and more, quote unquote jaded, as some might say. But but he definitely seems to be really not too full of himself, right? And just sort of going through life as he goes through it and being really into his music and singing and performing, and not thinking of himself as the best thing that since sliced bread. Um, but when he was talking about, or Oprah asked him about his buying his first home, um, or his first house, as she put it, and they showed a picture of it. I thought it was interesting. I that he said, "Yeah, I bought my first house," but honestly, that picture, I mean, that thing was monstrosity. It's more like an estate or a mansion. So it would have been nice if he would if he would have said, "Well, yeah, I mean, technically it is a house, but uh, it, it's more like a mansion or an estate, Oprah, actually." But no, I don't think you're going to hear him say something like that. And then when they spoke about his father, or she was asking him about his father, who is no longer, well, has not been with his mother for quite a while, since he was 10 months old. Uh, and, he's young. Well, his mother's about 36, so he's right around there, not even 40 yet. And it made me wonder, because apparently he went on tour with him, Bieber's father. So, um, how does that go down when your son, who's 18, has tens of millions of dollars, um, annually coming in through his various music endeavors, and you definitely do not have that money. Does Bieber feel obligated or compelled to financially help his father? Um, how does that work out? Did he buy him a house? Did he set him up on his team of people? I always wondered about that stuff for people who are mega, mega rich and really famous, and they still have good relationships with their parents. Um, and I thought that was a great scene where he pulled in those two girls off the street there and took photos with them. The two, they look like teenage girls. It just it showed how strange that type of experience could be, because these are two big fans of his, and while they weren't 13, they may have been 16, 18, or something. They're young, and they're very very much into Justin Bieber. Were they? I mean, it's weird because even though he's this, they're overwhelmed by his presence and his stardom. They can only act human in front of him, right? They're not gonna jump around and scream and pass out and become rendered unable to speak, right? They were relatively calm. They gave him a hug, or he gave them a hug, and they took a photo with him, and it was quick, but uh, you you're still human. He's still human. He's just an 18-year-old kid who happens to be famous and have lots of money, and but yet they still have to interact as normal humans, right? He was really nice. Whether he's nice or a jerk, you're still going to react to him as a human. So it's just a weird dynamic, right? Imagine meeting someone that you really admire or look up to as, a famous person. It's going to be a strange interaction. It's going to be strange. And another thing that I've that's interesting to me is Bieber, a white Canadian kid. Um, I love that he's into women of color. That he was going out with Selena Gomez. That the video that he made for his new song, I think called "Boyfriend," has obviously a woman who is not just white, who is not white. She seems to be of another ethnicity, and that he said the crush that he has is on, I mean, in terms of a star, an entertainer, is Beyonce. So that's great to see, um, and I was impressed by him. So maybe I'll start listening to a little more of his music. What do you think?